In this lesson, we're going to continue to discuss graphics. If you'd like to follow along, go under your File menu to Open. And in the Working Files folder, go into Chapter number 12 and select inside the Links panel and just click Open. Occasionally, when you open a layout, you'll get a warning like this, letting you know that your images are missing. Well, what could cause this? Well, it's possible that the folder that the images are in was changed in some way. Either its name was changed or its location. Could also be that the name of the image itself has been changed. I'm just going to click OK. And we're going to open the Links panel to see if we can fix the problem. I'm going to go under my Window menu to Links. And you can see next to every single image, there's a question mark. It could also be that images have been modified. It means that the images were changed after they were placed and the layout was saved. Both missing and modified links can be fixed in the Links panel. But how do you do it? Well, I could select any one of the images and just double-click on the question mark. Or I could also click the Relink All Instances button below the listings. I'm going to double-click on just one of the listings, and it's asking me to find it. It's someplace in my links folder. So I need to look for a picture with this name. And I think I found it. And all I need to do is click Open. One of the really nice things, though, is there's a check mark next to something that says, Search for missing links in this folder. So if there are any other missing links, InDesign will find them. I'm just going to click Open, and it's finding all of the missing links because they were all in that same folder. And it actually tells you what happened. It says, searched this relink directory and found and relinked 16 missing links. I'm just going to click OK. And it found all of the links, and actually any that were modified. It also brought in a preview of the latest version of that particular image. Well, what else is going on in this panel? You can see that here are all the images that are used. And next to these listings, sometimes you'll see a disclosure arrow. If I click on that, you'll see that the image has actually been used twice. Once on page 1, let me click on that 1, and you'll see it actually selects the image. And also on page 2. Let me click on the 2, and you'll see now it selects the same image on a layout on page 2. There's also an options menu for the panel. Why don't we talk about some of the more important options under the Links panel's options menu? The first thing is relink to a folder. Let's say I had a folder with all of my high-resolution images in it, and I had been working with the low-resolution versions of those images. Well, I can relink to a particular folder, and if those linked images have the same name as the original low-res images, it will relink to that folder and all the images in it. I could also relink to a file extension. Maybe, once again, I'm working on a layout, and I've been using low-res JPEGs for position. And in that same folder, I have high-resolution PSDs, Photoshop documents. Well, I can relink to PSD. Why don't we go into that dialog box, and I'll just show you. You can relink to each selected link to a file that has the same name as the original, but is stored in the same folder, but uses another file name extension. So I could type PSD in here and hit relink, and it will relink to my PSDs instead of the JPEGs. I'm just going to hit cancel. I'm going to go back under the options menu, and there's something called Edit Original. Now, I can also edit the original image or artwork by clicking the Edit Original icon in the panel itself. And it's a pencil. And the way that I remember that that's Edit Original is I'm going to write to the original. And if I click on that, it will actually open the image in the original application it was done in. Let me go back under that options menu again, and instead of Edit Original, there's Edit With, and I can pick whatever application it's going to open in. So if I had done an Illustrator file, let's say in Illustrator 4, and I wanted to open that Illustrator file in the version that it was actually created in, I could choose Adobe Illustrator CS4 as the app that it's going to use. Some other choices: Reveal in Finder, or on a PC, Reveal in Explorer. So it's actually going to find the selected image for you. There's also Reveal in Bridge or Reveal in Mini Bridge, which will find the original file for you within either Bridge or Mini Bridge. Another thing that is quite useful is under the Utilities listing in the Options menu, there's Copy Links To, which will allow you to use the images in a different project. You can actually copy the images to a different folder. There's also a lot of useful information down the bottom of the Links panel. If you're not seeing that, there's a disclosure arrow. And if I click on that, it reveals all of this information. So it's letting me know that the color space of the selected image is RGB. So if I'm going to print, I better make that CMYK. It's also giving me the size of the image, as well as the actual pixels per inch, which is 72. So I'm going to have to work on this file in Photoshop. And the effective PPI, which is pixels per inch. What that is, at this size that it's being used at a very small size. So those 72 pixels per inch are being squished a lot closer together. So the effective pixels per inch at this size is 626 pixels per inch, which is way more than enough for printing, which requires only 300 pixels per inch. In the next lesson, we're going to continue to discuss graphics.